cha, Dvitiyam brahmacharini, Tritiyam chandraganteti, Kushmanteti chaturtakam, Panchamam skandamateti, Shastyam katyayaniti cha, Saptamam kalaratriti, Mahaguriti chastramam, Navamam siddhidatri cha, Navadurga prakirtita, Uktanye tarinamani, Paramanava mahatmanaha.
Namaste, welcome. We are the Embody Freedom Series. I'm Hemalayaa. Hello. Embody Freedom Series. I'm super excited about sharing a conversation and a moment with our sisters who are here today. We got Doc Peace in the house. We got Kenlyn Kolleen in the house. Dear sisters and friends. So I'm really, really grateful to have this time and space with you all. We were contemplating, whether I love what's going on right now. There's a blackout on social media from a lot of people who are choosing to do, hashtag Blackout Tuesday in honor. And I'm in the belief that it's also time for us to speak, regardless of what we're feeling. I'm not saying anything against that. I think that's a choice. We were choosing to speak right now and to utilize this platform to spark freedom. How can we spark freedom? How can we create a conversation or share words, share things that can open us up right now? Because there's a lot of just a lot of old stories that are coming up to the surface to be cleared. And that is my experience. So here at Embody Freedom Series, we are looking for, choosing to be in freedom. And in my experience, that means being in connection and in leadership in the ways that we can in our communities, in our families, in what we came here to provide humanity for evolution. I'm not saying that we are each, we each have this great big only answer. No, but we have a piece of the pie. We all each have a piece of the offering for us to remember who we truly are as a unity. But the theme of today is about, so taking a deep breath in with me. We utilize movement and breath to open up our passageway. And at this time, do we need that breath? In these times, we need that breath. So move your head from side to side, roll your shoulders around and out, shake out your hands, flubber your lips. It is a time that grief is coming up, pain. I mean, yesterday I couldn't even stop crying on this series. So we are where we are. And my invitation is for wherever you are to be sharing yourself with your people, with your families, with your communities. May we not isolate as we've been caused to isolate right now. And may we not divide as it seems appropriate to divide. May we actually come together. So come together in your body through the breath is my invitation. Moving your head again from side to side, rolling out those shoulders. This pathway allows you to have freedom within yourself, and then you get to choose, you get to create choices from deep within, not from up here, because up here, it is messed up a lot of the time. So we want to come into our true self, and a breath takes us into this place here. So we're only going to do a few seconds of this, opening up our paths in order to then receive from our beautiful sisters in the conversation today. So walk it out here, walk around in your space, maybe even make a little loop. in your living room, in your family room. Whoo! A little figure 8, perhaps. Keep moving your arms and bring the breath in. Who are you? When you come back into the breath, we have all these emotions. There's nothing wrong with that. Bounce it out, move it out, shake it out. But it's important. Cover the lips. Stretch out the mouth here. It's important to move that through, not to bypass it, not to pretend it's not there, but to actually utilize it for your greatest gifts here in this world. Woo! Stretch it out. Woo! Make some sounds here. What's sitting in your body? What grief? What pain? What are you experiencing right now? Can you move it through? Woo! Again, not to bypass, but to allow. Bounce out those shoulders a lot here. Open them out. Woo! And then feel your feet on the ground. I'm doing a lot of sounds today, and I invite you to as well. Feel your feet on the earth, soles of your feet open. If you're not still, I invite you to stand. If you're not chest opened, because here's what we usually do when we're watching something. We're like this, hunched over, looking down. And I invite you to lift your head up. Arch your beautiful neck, curved as it's meant to be. And be in an open state of allowance, allowing yourself to be exactly with the breath, with your experience right now, your emotions right now, your heart right now, your leadership right now. And my intention is that this next 20 minutes that you see something for yourself that will step you into serving your next step, whatever that is. And so first we want to bring on our beautiful, I get to introduce you, and she's been on the series before. She's a dear sister and friend. Doc Peace is in the house. And my experience of Doc Peace is that the words that flow from her are absolutely connected to divinity, connected to a source that is been disconnected for some time. So she's plugging us in. It's my honor to call her a friend and a colleague, because she's actually leading a summit, and she's got incredible. She's doing something similar to what we're doing right here too, is like interviewing people and bringing them on and bringing an awareness and truths forward. And so that's exactly what she does with her flows, she calls them, and she's going to share a flow with us. So Doctor, she's transformational rhythmic speaker and speaking strategist. She's the best-selling author, Doc Peace of Mind Method. It's a poetic guide to living your best life. And we have the honor of having her here. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Hemalayaa. It's such an honor to be back with you here today.
Yeah, it's
Thank
great
you for
to have
all
you
you
back
do.
too.
Thank you for shining your light so bright. You're truly an inspiration.
Thank you, my love. Thank you. So we are an open channel to receiving your download today through your flow. Is there anything that you want to speak into this particular moment in time? Or, yeah.
We are in such an interesting time right now. I really want to just dive right into this flow, because I feel like this is a message that we all need to hear. So in preparation to receive the flow, I invite you to get in a comfortable position. Take a few deep breaths with me. To my burrito bully, I tried. Back straight, gaze locked, eyes aligned to meet yours. I thought my smile, my light, could douse the fire in your eyes, but it only seemed to ignite it. Why? I asked for the upteenth time. I didn't understand why you would continuously warm your green wrapped Tina burrito and place the burning hot contents on my cheek repeatedly. So hot it was as if I could feel the contents burning through my cheek and taste the wrapper more and more with each vicious cheek burning cycle. Warm, beep, heat. Warm, beep, heat. Warm, beep, heat. What did you possibly have to gain from my pain? My 9-year-old mind couldn't formulate these asks, so I continued to sit in my seat and withstand the heat. See, even then, I understood that whatever pain I endured, my red cheeks in confused state, you were in more pain than I could ever comprehend. In a state so troubled, your only outlet was to share it in the only way you knew how. So sitting in my seat, I sat. Until your internal turmoil reduced to a bearable level and warm burrito in hand, you skipped away, content. Your step lighter knowing that someone now shared in your pain. See, misery loves misery. Not just any company, the kind of company that helps justify their own miserable state. It's easier to see in the dark with light. But once you've been in the dark long enough, the light now blinds. So you learn ways to shut it out. See, the light shines in the dark, but the darkness does not comprehend the love of a smile, and it goes on the defensive, destroying by any means necessary that which was never meant to be offensive. So my plea to you, to my burrito bully of 1997, is to let the light in. Shutting love out will only keep you in the dark. What is love? What is love? As a young child then and a bigger child now, I'm discovering that the love I give doesn't always come back to me. But that's okay. I'm like the giving tree. And when the love level flickers and dims low, I'll break off a branch and feed my soul. Ignite the fire in my heart so it once again shines bright, hot enough to scorch. I'll be a love torch, singing this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo!
That is a powerful piece. Oh my gosh. Whew. Thank you.
Thank you, Hemalayaa.
Is there any words or message right now? Because, you know, you are an incredible leader, teacher, guide. And is there any words that you would say to those who are, you know, wanting to share more right now, and then they're, you know, whatever's coming up for us is like the world can consume and the stories can take us down? What would you say to those who are feeling called?
Well, first of all, love conquers all. And second, there is so much power in sharing your story.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Hold up. I don't know if something switched on your mic. Those of you who are watching right now, can you let us know if you can hear Doc Peace?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes. Great.
Okay.
I think when you shined out this little light of mine, I think you blew it. You blew it in a good way.
I blew it.
Channel. I love it.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes, totally. Thank you.
Okay. So first of all, I just want everyone to know that love conquers all. There is no space for war. There's no space for competition. There's no space for fighting. We need to love at this point in time, in these interesting times that we're going through. We need to really come together and share our love, because that's what we're all wanting right now. I think that what's really going on right now is coming from a state of frustration, coming from a state of anxiety, fear, all that the quarantine has pulled out. And right now, it's coming out as an expression of hatred, as an expression of violence. And that only begets more and more violence. And war and violence and hatred only begets more and more war, violence, and hatred. So I think now is the time for us to really dig deep, break off that branch from our giving tree, and share our light, share our love.
I love that. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. I absolutely agree. We could get so separated and be in the war that is shown to us as a pathway. And the truth is, the love that you speak of, I so am on board with that. And especially with ourselves, right? Like if we are going out to war, we abandon ourselves because it's not our truth. It is not our nature to be in that. It's actually our nature to be inclusive and in unity and in connectedness. And as hippie as that sounds, it's the freaking truth at our truth, because we know that when we've dropped in with our families and our peers and that piece that we're like, oh, right, this is what it's about. It's not about being against, it's about being with. So thank you, Doc Peace, for your words. Thank you for sharing. I'd love to share with everyone here that Doc Peace has a summit going on right now. This is called the Impact Speaking Summit. So those of you who are, obviously you haven't been using your voices, or you have and you want to take it to the next level. This is she's got incredible leaders, and I get to speak on here and share also. Do you want to say anything about this?
Yeah, so thank you so much for bringing the summit up. So I'm hosting a Impact Speaking Summit. It's a 21-day virtual interview series in which I'm interviewing amazing impact speakers like yourself, Hemalayaa, amazing speakers from around the globe, sharing their stories, their messages on how they got to where they are today, and how they're shining their light, and how they're speaking with impact to inspire us all to start using our voice. There's so much power in sharing your story. There's vulnerability in that, but that vulnerability helps bring us together. It builds connections, builds relationships. So this is why I'm hosting this summit, to really show us that we can all speak with impact. So thank you so much for being a part of my Impact Speaking Summit. It was an honor interviewing you, and I'm really excited to have you on the summit. Thank you so much, Hemalayaa.
And thank you for being here on the Embody Freedom series. Again, such a pleasure to hear your impactful, beautiful flow. So beautiful.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we'll have you back. So just
keep shining
for a little bit, and we'll have you right back. So breathing in here, we really wanted to pack in a lot today, because there's just so much opportunity right now for us rising into our greatest selves. And there's also support with the invisible. And what I mean by that is our allies and these divine feminines. You probably heard this. Some of you have been, in the practice of the divine feminine. And one of my divine feminine sisters in the visible form is my sister Kenlyn Kolleen. And I get to introduce you to her. She's been on before in the Embody Freedom series. And I just truly just adore what she's up to and what she brings to the world. Really honoring so many traditions. And so Kenlyn Kolleen is a transformational women's leadership and empowerment coach. She supports women to claim their power spiritually, emotionally, and financially so that they can lead confidently with their true purposes, serve the world with their gifts from a solid place of self-love and self-support. Kenlyn leads retreats, runs women's leadership programs, and empowerment circles summits to make a big impact on behalf of the planet. So welcome.
Hey, sister. Thank you.
Hi. Oh, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you. Like Kenlyn and I actually hang out. She was actually the first. Oh my gosh, yeah, the first person I visited, like as we've been coming out of quarantine here. So that says a lot to our relationship. Yeah, so awesome, sister. So I would love to hear what your feeling is right now of honoring this time of absolute grief, chaos, and war that is happening. And then also like our own empowerment of what is happening, what is being called to us right now. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Yeah.
Can we do something fun? Because
Yes.
it's like heavy. So let's do something fun first. And I was just thinking about this. You and I love mudras. We share our love.
Yeah.
I mean, I was probably your sister in many, many lifetimes in India. So I share so much of the traditions with you. And I was teaching a Kalima Mudra that just came to me and I made up. And this is so much the time of Kalima, the death and the rebirth. So I want to teach it to you guys and let's all do it together if you want. So
that's awesome. I was just saying yesterday that Kali is the goddess of revolution and this is what's happening right now. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So let's lean into her and let's allow her, because she's doing all of this for love. Love. Right? She doesn't want us to stay divided anymore. So let's take our hands, put them over your make your fingers like antennas. And we're not even done here. We get to do something else. We get to stick our tongue out and just make a sound. Hemalayaa loves to make sounds, and I've grown to love making sounds following you. So let's take a nice inhale here. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Yeah. Let's do it again. Inhale again. Exhale.
Oh my God, if my Ayurvedic doctor saw me right now, he'd be like, you have so much ama on your tongue.
Oh, we can release that. It just feels good. I do that when I'm driving and I'm noticing, like, if I get tensed out and stressed out, I just stick my tongue. I'll do this part when I'm driving, but I stick my tongue out and just let it go and know that ferocity and that passion. I mean, Doc Peace is so passionate, and that passion, the ferocity, that love that we have for our brothers and sisters and the planet, and our frustration that we can't seem to get along. We can just emote that through our tongue sticking out and make a sound and come back into our bodies.
Absolutely. And that's part of the embodiment pathway too, right? It's like this, bring it, like let your body express. So I love that. I love that that was channeled through you. That is so beautiful and fun. Great.
Oh yeah. And I thought too, like let's just get really real. I'm going to make a confession here. And that confession is hopefully going to lead to our liberation, because you're a stand for freedom. And the confession is that I judge people. I don't know about you, but I judge people.
Oh my God. Yes.
Right. I have
I judge myself. I judge everybody. Yes.
exactly. And if you're not judging other people, you are judging yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are judging other people, you are judging yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the work of Byron Katie, because she really introduced me to the fact that I judge, and it's always happening. It's always running.
Yeah.
But what we really get to do as leaders, and I know Hemalayaa, like you are a stand for leadership. You and I have been through the same leadership training. And what I've done for myself as I notice and I witness the judging is I'm not identifying with the judging. I just see that it does that thing. And when I see that, I'm actually able to make some different choices. And one of the choices I'm able to make is to not spread that judgment through social media, through Facebook. I mean, how many times have I been on my phone and I'm reading a post and it pisses me off?
Yes.
I mean, I'm a part of the human race. And I noticed that at first I might text and then I delete it, because I've been saying to myself, who are you and what do you want to create? This is our moment to ask ourselves that all important question of what do you want to create? We have been in this, especially in the conscious community, visioning. We have been playing around like with Burning Man and different festivals with new ways of being. But now we get to bring it into the world and be on the mat and really work for it. What are you really willing to work for? I ask that to myself.
Yeah.
And I ask myself, does that response to that post, or does that post actually get you what you are wanting to work for? Or does it just make an ego fight another ego out in the world of social media, where the consequences are not that I don't get to see how I hurt your feelings. I don't experience you. I just got to off gas.
Right. So what I'm hearing is, yeah, like that whole basically energetically puking out your emotions through social media to make your point, or to not, maybe even the point in the moment, and you might feel better, but it's not necessarily making a difference for anyone but yourself.
Yeah.
Am I hearing right?
Yeah. And you know what? I don't actually feel better when I do it. I still feel anxious. I feel better when I do what you do, which is when you dance and you move
and you stick out your tongue. Yeah.
And you stick out your tongue. I feel better. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm retraining myself, because I'm part of the human race. I judge. This is, like Byron Katie says, this is what we do here on planet Earth. Yeah. And if we're really going to evolve, we get to rein that in, and it starts right here. And that's what I stand for. That's why I created Friday. You and I are getting together with Doc Peace to talk about the sisterhood and unity during a time of uncertainty and fear.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I love that. And, you've already heard, like, Kenlyn have a really strong, very similar teaching pathway. And she's put this together. It's not to be missed. It is really beautiful. I really acknowledge you for your sincerity to bring the voices and the people and the teachings out in such a way that we can, absorb, integrate, realize. And who you've put together in this lineup is awesome, like really, really beautiful. So yeah, tell us about it.
Well, these are the Sisters of the Divine Feminine Summit series, and you were a part of that. Doc Peace and Patrina are now coming into that conversation. And I just wanted to curate a day. I started the Divine Feminine Summit on an eclipse, and there was like massive intense energy happening, and it's not letting up in 2020. So you know what? I'm not letting up in 2020. And you're not letting up in 2020. Because right now is a call to action for leadership. And it's a call for us to to freaking rise.
Yeah.
And I know you're scared. I'm scared sometimes. And it's only when I'm in connection with Hemalayaa and these sisters where I walk myself off the ledge of fear. And I start coming back to who I really am. And you speak about that all the time. Your jam is leadership. You know that in order for us to survive and to actually truly evolve, we women, particularly those of us who hold the feminine principle as part of our way of being, are going to have to show up in sisterhood and in unity. And that doesn't mean that we actually have to agree with each other. We can find alignment with each other because we all want the same thing.
Yeah. And, that's bringing us back into our true roots. There has been a time, people, with many traditions, indigenous cultures and so on, that really the women would gather together, truly come into union, connection, sisterhood. And as we've been, here in the Western world and beyond, the whole world, we've come into separation. We've come into betrayal with one another. So there's a lot of wounds there. There's a lot of competition. And also, about media, like the media culture has taught us that we need to be better than, be this or that in order to be. And so we see another sister who has beauty or light, and we could do this because that's what society has taught us to do, is like, oh, I need to be in competition with that. But the truth is that's inspiration. And this is actually what we see with the goddesses, right? Like we got Saraswati right here. We are meant to see her beauty and see her beauty in each and everybody reflected, so that's what they're teaching us. And that's what, the conversation of the Divine Feminine Summit and, these kinds of conversations of coming together in sisterhood is about. It's about seeing the reflection of our beauty in each other and the shadows as well. So, awesome. Welcome back, Doc Peace.
Thank you. It's a wonderful event that you're putting on
in that conversation, because we're going to do our Embody Oracle to close up here for the day.
I'm so excited for this event coming up. Thank you so much, Kenlyn, for putting it on.
Thank you both for being a part of it. Yeah, you sign up at FeminineSummit.com and really learn from these leaders. And we're going to drop in and do a panel discussion. Dr. Peace will do some spoken word, and Hemalayaa will guide us through some movement and honoring and really honoring the path that we have been on and the new normal that we're on now. So thank you both, sisters. We're modeling what gets to happen in the world.
Yes. Oh my God, I just got goosebumps when you just said that. Yeah. I feel us holding our hands together, our hearts side by side, intertwined in a circle. And I'm shuffling these cards with all of that. So thank you. As a collective, we get to choose this card together for our message today. And Doc Peace, tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
And Kenlyn, my love, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Inventory.
Whoa.
Look at her.
Oh.
Inventory. All right.
Retrograde period.
Number 10 out of 44 in the Embody Oracle card deck and messages. There's I always end up like being here without my glasses. It's all good.
Want me to get it and read it?
All right. Okay. The message is inventory, heal, release, and rise up. Beautiful sister, you've been holding on to things that are keeping you off kilter. That's totally natural. Sometimes we become attached to our pain bodies, but this is all creating unnecessary stress and tension in your body, heart, and mind. It's time to take inventory, self-inventory on what you are out of alignment to get you into your flow, Doc Peace. It's time to let go of the need for control, for being defensive, for focusing on survival over thriving. In this present moment, you are safe. You can look back and review that the past is the past to unlock and edit whatever stories are holding you back. Time to level up. You, powerful woman, you. Everything that's happened in your life has been purposeful to bring you to this moment right now. Oh my gosh. Send blessings to the challenges and pain, filling those experiences with light and love, because it's stretched your capacity to grow into more of the real you. This card is shining a light on an area of your life that has been out of balance for a very long time. Trust that life has brought you this for a reason, and reach out to a loved one, mentor, or friend to support you in coming out the other side of this challenge more congruent than ever before. So remember how loved you are. You don't have to do this alone anymore. You are held and you are safe and you are loved to be you now. Okay. Seriously?
Wow.
Seriously? Seriously, everybody? So every Embody Oracle message also has a invitation for you. And I'm not going to read the whole invitation, but it did say to massage your kidneys and your adrenals. So one of the ways to do that is to massage with soft fists and pound it out a little bit here, and massage with your palms and your hands soft in your lower back. Yeah, you get it. You get it. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Thank you for being a brilliant part of the co-creation today and all that you do in the world. Truly, you are magnificent, inspirational leaders. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you do. I love you. I adore you. I'm so grateful to be in sisterhood with you.
Keep shining.
Yeah, and all of you out there, thank you for being with us and tuning in. So much love and light to you. There's just so much happening this week, right? And there's no coincidence that all three of us have these big launches this week, like these invitations, launches. They're like truly invitations for us to rise, just like this card just told us. We've got the Speaking Summit. We've got the Divine Feminine Summit. I'm like, this week is the Embody Leadership Mastermind that opens up. So rise up. There's so many opportunities. Yeah, there's so many opportunities for you to utilize your voice right now, to find your voice, if that's what is being called, for you to tap into divinity herself and to be a spokeswoman for her, to bring humanity into alignment again and again and again and again. So power to you. Find your way, step in, and keep on stepping forward. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Whew.